here on the mission field, new missionaries in many ways. But actually, in reality, we're a long ways into the journey. Even though we've only actually been in Africa for about 8 months, 6 of those months were in language training. So really only a couple of months into sort of being here, being on the job. Yet at the same time, we feel like we've, sometimes we feel like we've been through the ringer, as they say.
We started deputation last January, so here we are into March. It's over a year since we've been in transition. And the boys, they've done pretty well, but we, at the same time, even though they're glad to be here, it's been in the last couple of months, we realize how hard it has been on them. And just finally, after being, moving into this house after language school, they're relaxing a bit and feeling more at home and more settled.
All right, I'm Jaden, and I'm in grade 7, and I'm 12 years old.
I'm Bryden. I'm in grade 4, and I'm 9. I'm Cameron, and I'm in 2nd grade, and I'm 7.
My dad is teaching, and my mom's getting a CMin or a BMin degree. We go to Roslyn Academy, and it's basically the same as Canadian schools.
Only it's an American school.
It's an American school, American-based, and it's outdoors, kind of. Like it's not one building. There's the middle school and the elementary school, and then the high school. And so you go, like say I was going from math class to science, I'd have to go out of the school over to another building.
Well, it's a Christian school.
Yeah. And we have chapel once a week. That's fun. Mm-hmm. My favorite subject is PE and language arts.
Yeah?
My favorite subject is lunch, recess, and gym class. My favorite subject's gym and art.
I just like homework. Everyone else?
I just like math.
I like when we go on trips like this.
Mm-hmm. What do you like about the trips?
I don't know. It's kind of like camping.
I like the wilderness.
I like McDonald's in Canada, and they don't have
McDonald's in Canada.
I like snow.
Yeah, snow too.
How much does it snow? Hey, who's this coming?
I don't know.
I need the keys, guys.
Keith?
Yeah.
Cam has them.
I don't have them.
Who is he? Who is he?
Quickly.
That's our dad.
Miss Hockey.
I miss the snow and McDonald's and hockey.
I miss just about everything.
Yeah.
This is our alternative for hockey.
Okay.
Field hockey.
Yeah, tell me about field hockey, guys.
It's
like
kinda
ice
the same
hockey,
as-
only no ice because no snow, and you
Grass.
can only use this side of your stick. That
And
side.
you
can't
it's
use
made
your
out
feet.
of wood.
You can't touch it with your feet. Oh, sorry.
Our main focus is to work with their Certificate of Ministry program and the Bachelor of Ministry program. Alden will be teaching, and he's helping to organize things on this end, and I've enjoyed going to the meetings with him and getting to meet the students and leadership as well of our 2 partner churches. And actually this course, I'm going to be a student and studying for the Bachelor of Ministry, which should be interesting. But certainly I'll be able to get to know the fellow students, and we hope to get into their homes and to get to know them and help them in any way. I might be the one who needs the most help as we're studying together, but we just thought that would be a good way for me to get my foot in the door as well, and to do this as a partnership and not just Alden and me with the kids. We want to try to do as much as we can together.
we're just getting a new class together of CMin and BMin students. If everything works out the way we planned, there'll be 40 Kenyan students, and then Tracy making 41, which is really pushing the limits, Brian Stelk tells us. But nevertheless, a lot of, and even with that, we're able to allow everybody into the program that wanted to be in the program. So we've met with all those students, and it's exciting for us to see their enthusiasm and to see them, getting ready and wanting to know what will happen. Hearing about books that they will get and all of those things that are really quite new for many of them. So that's been exciting, and it's given us, CMin has really given us a chance to get involved right away. So one person, and you're writing maybe about one. Besides CMin, there are a couple of things that are beginning to unfold. Just getting to know the pastors. We're involved with a church called Karibungi South, and getting to know the leadership there, and they've been really good, and they've said, come, we want you to be part of us in terms of leadership, and I'm up front every Sunday and taking part in the service. I get to preach once a month, which is really important for me to be able to do. So they've been gracious in inviting me to do that. And there's some young pastors around that it might be interesting just to get to know them and come alongside them in a special sort of way and to begin to build relationships there.
Some of the joys have been, first of all, in deputation, we felt so supported. Everybody, we really enjoyed going to the churches that we mainly did deputation in our association. And a lot of people knew us, and it was wonderful to go and to have their support. Felt very supported. And another joy, just recently, our support came in really well last year, and we're so grateful for that. It just tells you again, people are really behind us and supporting us.
We feel so owned by our home church, by Woodstock Baptist, also, by the churches in our association. At Christmas time, I think we got 70 cards, and we just couldn't believe it. The people that take the time, knowing, wondering if they ever get here. But I think most of them did, and it was just another encouragement, and people that were just saying we're praying for you and thinking about you. And I mean, every week we get cards and letters, many times from people that we don't know, who say, well, we've taken you on as partners, and we want to pray for you, and all of those things. And so, it makes you feel like a very fortunate person. But just to know that as missionaries in the field, that we're owned by somebody, that they're taking an interest in watching out for our needs. And we've met a lot of missionaries in our travels, orientation, language school, and whatnot. And quite often missionaries find themselves sort of out there and not really sure where their support's coming from, not really belonging to any given church. They're just part of a mission board and sort of just a picture on a bulletin board in churches. And so the whole partner emphasis of CBM, I think, is really beginning to take shape in some wonderful ways. And we're experiencing that firsthand here in the field.
I guess the downs are leaving our families behind. It's kind of difficult, especially I have a couple of young nieces, and to leave them at home is hard when you know you're not going to see them probably for 4 years. And the boys, watching them grieve the loss of their friends, and they're still friends, but it's not the same when you're not, when you're so far away. The hardest things are to see the poverty and the suffering, the street kids and the people who live on the streets.
You ask about joys and sorrows. I'm homesick. I've been homesick since the day we left. I'll probably be homesick 3 years from now. I love the Maritimes. I love the area that we live in, our home. I think I can honestly say, if it was up to me, I'd never leave and go anywhere. But God has seen differently, and that's fine. I can accept that, and I'm enjoying it and benefiting from it, and the growth that I've experienced spiritually and personally. Just never could have experienced any other way, and we really feel strongly that God has a reason for us to be here and something for us to accomplish. I feel stronger than ever the importance of prayer. in my own life personally, and as people write and say we're praying for you, it means more to me all the time. And so as we think ahead to our ministry, not really knowing just what shape it's going to take completely because it's all new to us, we only can sort of project what our needs might be as we go into teaching and getting to know students and all of those things. But I think probably the thing that comes to mind for me in terms of prayer requests as we do ministry is that relationships will be built. CMin and BMin, the thing that we bring to it, I think more than anything else, it certainly isn't our administrative skills and our organizational skills and those sorts of things, because we're weak in those areas, but we do bring a love for people, an ability to create relationship, and of course that's challenging in a new culture, because you make all sorts of cultural and relational faux pas.
The first thing I think about for prayer requests is for our children. Please continue to pray that they'll adjust and get settled and really enjoy their time here, and that they'll be able to minister as well. Another thing would be safety on the roads. It's constant stress anytime you go out in a vehicle, and the Lord has been good, certainly, in protecting us, but there's always a possibility of an accident. The roads are narrow and people drive fast and carelessly at times.
Thank you. A huge thank you to, not only to Woodstock Baptist, so many other people from around the Maritimes and even in Ontario, churches in Nova Scotia, just many people that have taken an interest in the ministry in Kenya and in us.